use the Frank B. Kermit seduction theories in the real world. It is based on Frank's book, Everything Out of Her Mouth is a Test. What you're going to buy is the program developed by Frank as the head administrator of the Toronto Seduction Lair, specifically designed for newbies that want to learn relationship skills with women in the shortest time possible. These emotional needs analysis drills will skyrocket your success with women. This book teaches men how to think on their feet, not what to think. Never be stuck for something to say or do again. Finally, love will make sense, and you'll learn the skills to see through the games of others. Know what you did right, know what you did wrong, and what to do next. Buy this workbook now at franktalks.com.
Frank Talks is sponsored in part by the book I'm a Man, That's My Job, The Philosophy of a Seducer. What is inner game? There's a lot of contradictory information out there, and one size does not fit all. Your inner game is as unique and personal as your signature or your fingerprints. This book provides you with the means to create your own seduction persona. This is a workbook, which means we will work together, and by the end, you will have developed your own personal inner game. By this, learn what it means to be a man and what the role of the modern man in today's society is that will attract him to the woman he wants. Learn about how men and women think differently and how to take the lead in a relationship. This book is for you at franktalks.com.
You're listening to Frank Talks Pleasures and Lifestyles. I'm Frank because I have to be. In studio today with Steve P., who runs one of the websites, sensualawakenings.com. How you doing there, Steve?
Doing good.
All right, we just finished a huge chunk of solid information from Steve P., and I want to start off this next section talking about what a lot of guys know you best for, and that is teaching men and teaching women how to make women squirt. And one of the questions that I have is, I know that during that process, sometimes emotions may come up for women that she was not necessarily expecting. I don't know if it's necessarily, good emotions, bad emotions, could be memories. If a guy is working on a woman, or a woman is working on a woman for that matter, trying to make their partner squirt, and the squirting starts, but so does this rush of emotions.
Okay, we call those teargasms.
Teargasm.
Yeah. What ends up happening is, first of all, there's a lot of trapped emotions. And the thing is that when we start doing this White Tiger Tantra, the stuff that I released on the DVDs is the first level of this. The thing to really understand about this is, these are things that I've always worked with on my girlfriends. And what happens is, when these teargasms go, the way you deal with it is you go, listen, I want just stop massaging inside her vagina, or even if you're rubbing her stomach and she starts having them, and just say, I'm honored to be here with you. This is your choice if you want to go on with this. But I'm here to hug you, and whatever's here is just between you and I. Now, what I want you to do, first of all, is, because I'll start going, I don't know why, because all of a sudden they'll be flashing back to something in their childhood or whenever something happened to them. Mm-hmm. And you go, none of that matters. All that matters is, I'm honored that you're willing to share this space with me, and I'm honored that I'm here with you. And you just hold them and just say, listen, if you want, tend to your breathing and let the scene fade. And then you make the choice if you want us to go any further. Just focus on your breathing. And then notice, take a step back, look at them, and if they're breathing out of your chest, say, notice where you're breathing. Notice how it's in your upper chest. Now breathe down lower into the tummy. And they'll calm right down. And they'll start going, I don't know what came over, I don't know. I go, no, it doesn't matter. But it's your choice as to whether we're going to release any more of that or not. The thing is, it's that she unconsciously felt safe enough to let that stuff release. Because you got to understand, Frank, everybody goes, wow, it's so easy being a chick. Whoa, this is so, man, if I had that fucking pussy, man, between my legs, I'd work these motherfuckers. I go, that's why you got women that are working you, you dumb shit. You know, first of all, what you got to understand is a lot of these women, their first period comes on as a surprise because even in this day and age of information that we're in, mothers still seem to forget about telling them about the old birds and bees and, you know, oh, by the way, your pussy may bleed. Once there's grass in the fields, there can be a couple things springing out of you may not like, honey, you know? And so I've worked with more women, and I mean, when I take them back to the parts where these things began, these embarrassing situations, or else guys teasing them about their titties not looking the same as other girls' titties, their asses not being the same, or their twat smelling, or, I mean, so many things that guys just say just to be, you know, like the guy yanking on their ponytails. But the guy yanking on their ponytails is kind of being just a bad boy, being a non fucking with her. These other guys are being malicious and mean, right? And so these girls try to toughen up, but really, especially when it's some guy that they thought they really liked, and he's just going, man, you got little tits, I can't fuck you, and walking off. I mean, and I've worked with, like, I mean, literally hundreds of girls that had real cold-blooded shit like that happen. You know, it's kind of like if you whipped your dick out and a girl pointed and went, God, that's interesting. Looks like a penis, only smaller. You know? But most chicks don't say shit like that because they want to be so, you know, callous and rude unless you were being a real pig to them. And so, but the point is, they have a whole bunch of abusive, trapped memories in there. And once you get that stuff cleared out, their eyes light up. So it's a real, it truly, I'm not saying this to be suavito or anything. It's a real honor to be there and help them get, it's like, you got to peel, like the layers of this like an onion. Just peel that off. And when they have these teargasms, they just go, fuck, I don't even know where that came from. I go, I don't care. Is it gone? Because if not, we can release some more if you're up for it. You know?
There's one thing here is that you did not get into an intellectual discussion about what happened to them in the moment. It sounds like you're saying it doesn't matter what the source is, let's process the emotion. Do you ever talk to them afterwards about what it was they were going through? Do you
no, because does it really matter? It's like, if they want to talk, I'll go, okay. It's kind of like this. The whole thing about venting, you know what venting does? Venting reinforces a negative past. You know, if you could tell me a real shitty, rotten-ass story about how somebody did that you trusted, and then you opened your heart and just helped them, and I'm not necessarily saying in a love affair, but maybe as a brother to somebody, and then they shit all over you. You know what I mean? And, you know, there's a lot of people, unfortunately, in the community that are all doing this shit to each other. I hear about it and see it all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, what happened to the kinship, the brotherhood? You know? It's like, I don't get that part of it. Because when all of us were first sitting around the first tables and all going out and hashing out new ways to do this, some of these guys are fighting, so I'm not going to tell you all the guys' names that were at those original round tables. But the bottom line on it is, every now and then I kind of, it's not even that I keep the peace, I just don't care about the drama. And I'll still bop into a couple of these guys every now and again, and we go out, we laugh about those days, because, I mean, we were, anything we could get our hands on, we were studying it, we were sharing it, it was like a real, it was like a study group for this stuff, and not to put down another guy, not to go hit on another guy's chick. This thing about being with another guy's chick is, to me, it's like, I think it's like one step away from being gay. You know, it's like I was over at my, you know, Hypnotica's bar, and we went up the street because I trained this girl how to do deep throat, how to give deep throat, and, you know, do some squirting and stuff like that. Anyway, she's up there, and I went up to see her, and she's real grateful. She's in a relationship, so I don't bang her because she's in a relationship with somebody else. Well, two of the guys that were there with me, they're heterosexuals, but there's these, you know, pretty nice-looking girls that come walk in, and they go, watch